Today after breakfast, we're going to reboard our fine overboard bus and head for Rathambhore National Park to see how, with the help of some very dedicated conservationists and rangers, at least up till now, 30 plus tigers have been able to live, or rather coexist, amongst tens of millions of Indians, and a lot of us tourists. And now, to help us pass the time on this almost 6-hour journey, Sandy has circulated a copy of the Matrimonial ads of the Hindustani Times. It seems that all of the men desirous of wives are handsome, tall, extremely well educated, and very successful, if not already rich. The women are equally desirable, being both exquisite and homely, meaning family-oriented, and many as at least imply that their fathers can provide large dowries. This is a brief restroom, snack, and souvenir stop that we've made, and now we're off again. Sandy wanted us to take the train, but we had that experience. The last 35-40 miles have been awful, as Sandy said they would be, but we're just about here. Finally. Well, as you can see, we've made it to the Tiger Den Resort outside of Ranthambhore National Park. We've managed to check in and even have a buffet lunch, and now Sandy has split us up and herded us into jeeps and small open trucks called canters. No camels. We have to move out fast because there's not much time left this afternoon to search for tigers. The park closes at 6 p.m. By the time we get there, we'll only have a little more than an hour. Because the park is large, over 150 square miles, not everyone sees a tiger when they go out on a safari, so we're going to get up to 4 chances if we like. This Jeep doesn't have shock absorbers, but Sandy, out of consideration for Hessie, managed to drive us down the road and hook us up with another small group where she can sit in the back and have some more room, and hopefully this will make it easier for her and her wounded shoulder. She certainly should be a little better off than being crowded in the back of one of those campers, in order to control the flow of visitors to the park and not overwhelm the animals. Passes are handed out to the various entrances at random. We've been assigned a remote park entrance for this, our first safari. So getting there is going to be interesting in and of itself. We have in our Jeep, in addition to ourselves and the driver, there was supposed to be a naturalist, but apparently the driver is going to have to do double duty. There's a Scandinavian couple, 2 ladies, and a couple from Maryland in the United States who emigrated from Calcutta. This couple seems to be fluent in both English and Hindi. So since it's already clear that the driver doesn't know much English, perhaps with their help we'll have a better idea of what's going on. So we've shown our passports and Sandy's paid the admission and we've gotten our receipts. It seems we've only passed through the outer gate. We're not really in the nature part of the nature park yet. Rocking around like this with all this traffic and so forth, perhaps it's not the best time for me, mediocre speller at best, to give you a pointer about Indian spelling. However, I feel I must, since we've already seen Rathambhore spelled 2 different ways. Our itinerary leaves out the second H, but from what we've seen so far, the Indians usually include the second H. From what Sandy's told us, the Indians seem to be much more tolerant of variations in spelling as long as they seem understandable and well-intentioned.
Lost them and we're not near anybody.
And finally, almost this suddenly, the habitations and the people are gone. And now we can see another inner entrance up ahead. And now we're through, and except for us, the noise we're making, it does seem like an oasis. This is a very large park, almost 150 square miles, and there are only a little more than 30 tigers here, but we're feeling lucky. Let's see.
They're coming close. Yeah. They're come right up. Except for humans.
We connect the border.
So this is the routine. We pause for a while, then dart around the park in hopes of finding a tiger or at least some exotic big animal. When a driver or naturalist spots one, word travels quickly and the vehicles converge almost in a frenzy so the tourists on board can get a good viewing position, which makes perfect sense as long as we get there first.
Are these lemurs or just monkeys?
Det kan være hvad som helst derinde.
Feeling shy.
Nu kommer væk med dig, du nu.
What is it called? A sloth bear?
Blackberry.
Det er der en antilope-type, er det ikke?
Ja, jeg kan sikkert sige det. The young ones are a bit brighter. Or what? No?
No, they are two different types.
Yeah,
Står roligt og spiser.
But now this delightfully tranquil scene is superseded by all confusion and chaos as we get to the spot where our first tiger is found.
Go down there.
Yeah, we
It's like a 200 meters from here.
And so our first safari into Rathambhore National Park will end on a very high note. Even though we couldn't get any good pictures of the tiger, even seeing it makes this first safari of ours a real success. And now, since we have to head back through a traffic jam, which includes some goat herds and their charges, it's clear that our adventure is not yet over. Next morning, Hessie and almost all the others opt to go out on a second safari. I opt to have a leisurely breakfast and just loll around at the Tiger Den Resort. Though it was very relaxing, turns out I might have made a mistake because the group comes back with some wonderful stories and pictures to match. This is the gate the group this morning took to get into the park. It's quite close to where we were staying, and so there was no need to go back through town. The fort seen above is over 1,000 years old. It has seen its share of battles. Above in a tree is a hen peacock. As anyone who's tried knows, peacocks don't like to be photographed. The peacock is the national bird of India. And yes, of course, in case you're interested, I am on this safari. I learned the price of being lazy this morning. Though we haven't talked about it, Hessie and I probably won't go out on the 4th safari, which is tomorrow morning, unless we don't see a tiger this time. And although this has been a very interesting safari, we haven't seen one, so, but maybe there's still time to get lucky again. Now, as we're about to leave, we're told that a tiger is nearby and it's a mob scene again.